She asked me to fuck her in my uniform, and it hit me hard.
I feel like I started hearing about this movie within a few months of seeing Poor Things, and I was convinced that Kinds of Kindness must be a limited prestige anthology series on HBO or something like that, because there's no way Yorgos is hitting us with the back-to-back with two long, full feature films. But then the trailer was upon us and it looked insane. The whiplash of its cast also was very compelling to me, and it creates a connectivity between Poor Things and Kinds of Kindness that I've been trying to see, but I'm not sure how much connective tissue really lies between them. Aside from the cast, obviously, and we even have some new faces in this one too, like Mamoudou Athie, Hunter Schafer and Hong Chow, Jesse Plemons. Another reason Kinds of Kindness feels unrelated to Poor Things is within its structure. It is an anthology already, segmented into 3 tales, each going about expressing a theme about how humans hurt and use each other and the lengths that we'll go to gain someone's approval or attention. That's a very simplified premise, and I'm sure there are many ways each of these segments might stand apart from each other, and I'd love to hear some of those in the comments. Things I didn't touch on here, I'm sure there will be a lot, seeing as I just saw it yesterday. But by using a majority of the same cast as his incredibly recent previous film, Kinds of Kindness had a really cool effect on me that I'm unsure was intended, but happened nonetheless. Let me explain. The movie could be broadly summed up with the idea, kindness as weapons. And I think kindness can only be weaponized if you're very close to the source. Relationships aren't hollowed out and toxic from day one. It takes time. One person lets the other get away with one thing one time, and after hundreds of micro behaviors that are allowed to be ignored, that kindness you two once shared is now infected with this guilt and complacence and the need to maintain a status quo and avoid friction. Kindness is weaponized the more familiar we are to its source. The more you love me, the more I can take from you. You know me, I look familiar to you. I've done everything for you. Let me eat your finger. That tastes like shit. Poor Things has a beating heart, and Kinds of Kindness is dead behind the eyes, if that makes sense. That's not a criticism, by the way. I prefer my Yorgos dead behind the eyes. Dogtooth and Killing of a Sacred Deer are right in my Q zone, and so was this. My favorite new member on the team here is by far Jesse Plemons. I don't know how to explain this, but his screen presence is insane, despite him just standing there doing nothing. He should be boring to watch, but especially in the context of the 3 separate characters he inhabits, both he and Emma Stone shine in just how strange and subverted the roles are from one to the next. And let's talk about some random stuff I liked really quick. Bear with me if this feels kind of scatterbrained. Jesse Plemons pretending to hurt himself to pick up women, but done with Yorgos dialogue is my favorite thing. The way we are dropped into each of these 3 tales with zero context of character dynamics allows for subtle but jaw-dropping plot twists delivered with the grace of a slow pan or a jump cut. The costumes, especially in the 3rd act revolving around the cult ran by Dafoe and Hong Chow, are absolute perfection. Emma Stone's pantsuit, yes. The way Jesse Plemons looks like a total fucking creep, yes. The eyeshadow and hoodie combo of Dafoe, yes. The things people say to each other in this movie is hilarious. Yorgos movies will never fail to impress me with how many things I hear that I've just never heard before. No one's ever described that thing like that, or no one's ever responded to something someone says in this way. I know it's an acquired taste, but I love how his stories are written so intentional and scripted, yet so punk and transgressive that you can't help but watch it all unfold, no matter what's going on. Now, are there things I totally didn't get or understand? Sure, but I love experiencing it, and I think I will be rewatching it a lot, and it'll be super rewarding to do so. I've seen Sacred Deer 4 or 5 times now, and I really think Kinds of Kindness is its closest relative in his filmography. On that note, the last thing I'll say regarding Poor Things in connection to this new movie, if Poor Things explores toxic men and sexual liberation, Kinds of Kindness explores toxic humanity and transactional affection. It's super fucking long, but I think in hindsight, Kinds of Kindness will be a cult favorite for a lot of Yorgos fans. And between the three little movies we get, so much happens that the 2-hour, 45-minute runtime doesn't feel like it's wasting your time. If you're going to see Yorgos' new movies because you have any opinion of him at all, I think this movie will be super interesting to you either way. Go see it. Thanks for watching. Later.